Hello again, and welcome to week one of MSEV 302. This is Church Growth and Evangelism, and my name is James Shelton, and it is my privilege to be your instructor for this course. I'm excited about the weeks that we have ahead of us, and wanted to welcome you to week one. We've made our way through getting started week, introducing ourselves to one another. And now the time has come for us to work into the course itself. This is a 300 level course, so I would imagine that many of you have been around Point for a little while, but maybe you're at the start of your journey. So either way, what I'd like for to do here at the outset of this video, and I try to make my videos as short as I can, but I tend to get a little wordy at times. I'm a preacher. I can't help that. But I always tell my students that the easiest way to work through the course is through the modules. You can find discussions and assignments underneath their own menu items here on Canvas, but to get the instruction for each week that accompanies the discussion and assignments, it is most helpful to simply work your way through each of the module steps. So I'm going to do one of these videos at the beginning of each week. And so let's get started. Not so I can just rush through it and get done with it, but so I can be a good steward of your time and my time as well. So we're here at the week one module. I'm going to click on the instruction for church growth and mission for week one. And you will notice right away at the top of the screen that we have a video from Darrell Guder, widely regarded as the originator of the missional church. You're going to learn a bit more about that this week in your reading. Many Christians are now accustomed to the language of missional church. Guder popularized it several years ago. Guder actually laments the very need for the term. A quote from him: "It should not be necessary to speak of the missional church, but since it is possible for a church to exist that does not understand itself as defined by God's mission, the term is needed." I'll let you read the rest of that. On down past the overview, we have the week one learning objectives, right? The focus points that missional approaches to ecclesiology, big church word, missional approaches to the way we do church, and missional Sunday worship services as well. Now, you have two deliverables for this week. You have reading from our Stetzer textbook, Breaking the Missional Code. You're going to be reading the first 8 chapters of that. And then we have an article entitled Adoniram Judson, First Missionary from the United States. Now, as far as the assignments for this week, we will very simply just click next and go to our week one topic, which basically is what makes a ministry missional. And this is going to come out of your reading in the Stetzer textbook. This week's textbook, chapters 1 through 8, introduces us to a number of features which might be said to qualify a local church's ministry as missional. Which aspects of this missional approach seem most important to you? We're asking you to name and explain 3 components, citing specific materials from the textbook in at least 500 words. Now, I shudder to use the word Nazi because of the negative connotations of that word, but I am a word count Nazi, if you will. Your grade will drop a letter if your post is not at least 500 words. Be sure to structure your post as an academic essay, including an introductory paragraph, body, and concluding paragraph. And your initial post is due by the end. Let's all try to get into this habit by the end of the 5th day of the unit. That is Friday. Okay, so that is every week. The expectation for these topics is going to be that your initial post will be due on the 5th day, even though the assignment says ultimately that it's due on Sunday. There are 2 parts to the assignment. We're asking you to respond to at least one peer initial post by the end of the unit, which is Sunday. As far as word count on that, as long as your response isn't something like, "Amen, I really agree with you," I think you're going to do okay. Uh, Sometimes students ask me for a word count here. I would say that you need to have at least 100 words, but I won't hold you to that. You can say something very substantively, even in less than 100 words, but aim around that 75 to 100 words, and you'll do just fine on your response. And that you don't have to limit your responses to just one of your peers. You can respond to as many as you want. So this is the week one topic discussion. You'll write it in. You don't have to do a document and then upload it. You can simply write it into a response to this topic. Okay. So your original post due by Friday, your responses to your peers by Sunday. The second assignment for this week is what we call Profiles in Evangelism, and we're going to be looking at Adoniram Judson. We have a link to an article here for you. Adoniram Judson, first missionary from the United States. And we have 3 questions for you to respond to with a minimum of 300 words, not for each question. Okay, it's total. So 300 words. What event convinced Adoniram Judson to become a missionary? And how was that a sustaining motivation for him through the ups and downs of his evangelistic efforts? Secondly, what personal losses did Judson suffer? And again, why not just give up and explain? And then finally, how many years before Judson saw his first convert? Contrast that with the number of converts by the end of his life. How might this inform our expectations concerning evangelism? Okay. All right. So what we've had here is these are the assignments. You've got your readings, you've got your written materials that you're going to be working on for week one. All right. I'm looking forward to our time together in this course. As I mentioned in the Getting Started week video, it has been a long time since I have taught this course. I'm excited to have the opportunity to teach it again. The course is new. It's totally different than what it was when I last taught it in class for Point. But I'm so glad. Again, I'm very glad. I know I keep saying that, but I really am to be on this journey with you. Any and all questions, anytime. james.shelton@point.edu, or you can hit me up here on Canvas in the inbox. Shoot me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay. Have a wonderful week. I'll be checking back in and grading your stuff. And let's do this. Let's learn a lot about these important topics of church growth and evangelism, and dig into those books. And I look forward to corresponding with you and interacting with you in the discussion topics. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. God bless you.